that. She's being a little turd. Yeah. You are being a turd. See if I can set this so you guys can see her. Stand up there, that's the issue. I don't have a very good angle from inside here. Once I start seeing a couple people pop in, though, we'll go out. Hey, somebody's in here. We got bot bricks yet? No bot bricks? Excuse me. We got some content made for you guys this weekend. Thank you for pushing that like button. Thank you. We're still waiting for Botrix to show up. I don't know where he's at. This should be public, though. There he is. Speak of the devil. Hi, Botrix. Oh, back to 0. That's nice. There goes somebody. Somebody popped through. Hi. Feel free to put something in the chat. Hello, hello. Suma's being super lazy. If you stick around, we're going to end up leaving the tent. We're going to go outside. Walk around for a bit, maybe. Right now, we're just chilling inside the tent. Smoking some vegan air. We have a command for that. Exclamation point, vegan air. And Botrix will tell you all about it. Hello, hello. Good morning. One of these days, I'm going to get 10-minute topic Tuesday going. One of these days. Every noise that passes by, she has to get did. She has to figure out, oh, look at these nails, though. Oh, we get our nails did. Oh, yes, we did. Yes. Thank you for pushing that like button, guys. Thank you, thank you. Botrix isn't quite as annoying as he used to be. I toned him back on how much he spams in the chat. The chat engagement competition is indeed on. For those of you guys who want to win and have your name added to the scoreboard, the chat engagement competition is on every day between 11 and 1. Or 11 and noon, I should say. For 1 hour during the live stream, half the live stream, we want people to be chit-chatting. The first half, however long it takes me to get here, until 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, is a chat engagement. And then I will add that person to the chat engagement Botrix commands. If you want to see who is currently on the scoreboard, we're going to be doing giveaways for everybody who's on the scoreboard. You can use the command !score, one word, and you can see who's already won the chat engagement competition. We have that competition every day, as long as I'm live streaming between 11 and 12. We were going to do chat engagement competition late yesterday because I had some difficulties with the Wi-Fi and all of that. So now I'm just going to do it on my regular phone. We are at a campground right now. We're in some tents. I'm just smoking, and then we'll take a walk. Just waiting for a couple regulars to get in here and say something. The regulars are the ones that are here every day, every other day. Stick around for half an hour or so. Maybe a VIP or two. If you're looking to figure out who the VIPs are, you can use the command !VIP and Botrix will tell you. You can also use the command !dogs, DOGS, and Botrix will tell you a little bit about the dogs. Typically, we've got 3 dogs. You have an idea? Blink. Yes, what's the idea? Let's see. Grace has got an idea. Put the idea bulb on. Bing. Light bulb is on. What's the idea, Grace? What you got? I did see the emojis. I did respond. I like them. I like them because they're big and they're clean, which means when you shrink them on down, you'll still be able to see the details that are in the big ones, because they're big details, which end up being really tiny details later. You know that one Metal Gear Solid one where it's just Snake's face and he's doing the salute? That one is like an ideal, whatever size that picture was. Yeah, I'm gonna be opening up a, I just have to get around to it. This week is camping. I'm gonna be opening up a Discord server for members, past and present. So if you've ever been a member at any point, you get invited to that Discord server. Members and alumni. So I think that would be worth having a membership. I've been doing membership-only live streams with my face on camera. So if you guys want to see what I look like and not have to beg me for a face reveal, grab yourself a membership. I try to do a membership-only live stream every day. I don't know when it's going to be. I know it's random, but I know that I'm a smoker. And typically smokers have to isolate for at some point during the day. So when I do, sometimes it's 10 minutes, sometimes it's 3 hours. When I go out for a smoke sesh, but I'm not going to put my face on this one. If it's not membership only, you're not going to see my face on the regular. I might pop on like, hi, but you're not. When it's a membership only stream, for the most part, my face is on camera the whole time. You gotta pay me if you want me to be uncomfortable. I'm also thinking that at a certain tier, people would be eligible to be in a kind of elite members kind of thing. I still have 2 tiers I can make for my memberships. 1 month smoke free. Nice. Woohoo. Yes, Grace. That is not as easy as people think it is. Breaking that mental addiction is a lot tougher than people think, because the mental addiction is tied to, oral fixation and the chemical itself and how it interacts with your brain. And then your brain has to rewire itself to kind of figure out how to do without that stimulant. Nice. Quitting smoking is probably one of the toughest things to do in the world. I can't say that I can relate it to trying to get off of any other kind of drug, because I've never had an addiction to any drugs except for nicotine and caffeine. And I've not attempted to quit either of those. I'm just not interested in doing that right now. But if somebody in the chat knows about, knows somebody who's tried to quit both, what do they feel about something like that? Somebody who's had an addiction and quit cigarettes and also some other addiction. Like, are they the same? I imagine the mental pull would be the same. I know I get cranky after a couple days of not having a smoke, so. And I can tolerate it for a couple days, but in the beginning it's like I can tolerate a couple hours, and then maybe a dozen hours or two. I've just been so broke before that I didn't have any tobacco to smoke, so I had to go without. Nobody in the house smoked. Like, you couldn't even pick from the ashtray, when you're going through a nicotine fit. So there was no choice. I had to go without it. And I remember being cranky more often early, and then less cranky less often as it went on. But I don't think I've ever made it past 2 days. So, nice. I didn't know that was a thing. Feel free to delete that comment if you feel it's too personal, but I didn't know that was a thing, and that's amazing. So then you would be within the criteria of asking that question. Are they the same? Is the mental pull from the amphetamine the same as the mental pull from the nicotine? They're both stimulants, which is why I'm asking, because I'm curious. I've never had an addiction that wasn't legal, so I'm kind of asking just for my own brain stuff. I've been around people who had addiction issues, and I've seen them struggle with it, so. But that's even better, dude. 10 years, nice. I think it's almost been that since the last time I partied. Halloween 2018 was the last time I had any kind of party substance. I just wanted a different life for myself. It's like, hey, now I've got a family, so. I'm proud of you, and you should be proud of yourself. Because if you're not doing stuff like that for yourself, who are you doing it with? Who are you doing it for? Doing it for somebody else is only going to last until you're mad at them, right? I mean, you can get mad at yourself, but if you're doing it for yourself, ultimately, you're only going to disappoint yourself. Sometimes the disappointing other people is a stronger factor. But I truly believe that if you're doing it for yourself, you're going to have a much better outcome. If you're doing it for somebody else, it's going to be a short-lived dream. And maybe that's just my opinion on it, but I'm super proud of you, dude. That's a huge feat. I've seen people struggle, like struggle hard, and some people didn't make it. You know, they'd struggle hard to get clean, and then, you know, they'd relapse, and then we'd never hear from them again. It fucks with your head, man. Being struggling like that and feeling alone it really fucks with your head. So I want you guys always know you can reach out to me if you want. If you're struggling and you need somebody to talk to, there are channels on the Discord. You can reach out to me without giving your telephone number. There are private rooms in the Discord community. Feel free to message me privately. I can't say that I'll get back to you immediately, but I will. That's a rough time, bro. That's a rough time in every new father's life. I'm telling you, those first 2 years you have the kiddo, oh, buddy, it's fucking rough. Rough. Rough, rough, rough. Like Clifford the Big Red Dog. Fucking rough, rough, rough. Right, girly? Yeah. You weren't around. You weren't even in existence until after that point was already over. Schnikes. I'm glad you got past it, bro. And I feel like it's normal to have thoughts like that. But thoughts and plans are different things. We could dream, but unless you start making plans to accomplish that dream, it's not accomplishable, right? So I feel like if you're making plans, it's different than thinking about it. So it seems like you were down that dark road, and I'm glad you're not there. I'm glad you're not. All right. Let's see. What do we got here? We got 18 minutes on the live. Roll me one of my tobacco sticks, yeah, and then we're gonna step out of this tent because I'm not gonna smoke this in the tent. But it's chilly out today, and I forgot to bring a sweatshirt. I thought it was like, oh, I'm going to camp. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna be warm the whole time. So I got like this. It's just the hood part from a hoodie on right now, and some thin long sleeve. But it's freaking chilly out here today. It's windy. Thanks for pushing that like button. Thank you. So, how old's your youngest now? Because you've got, I mean, feel free not to answer, but you got 3 now, right, Grace? Is that 3 distinct voice and a missus that I hear in the background sometimes? If you watch somebody's live stream long enough, you end up learning something about their life. Not that I'm that fucking nosy, but there's usually nothing going on in my house while I'm watching you. Do you do your Metal Gear Solid? So once in a while I catch a voice in the background of your mic. Like you guys are catching a lot of background noise here. You'll see. As soon as if you weren't here yesterday, you'll see when I step out of this tent. It's a campground. It's a campground resort. You know, we decided to use tents, but there's a lot of campers here, and you know, some people are permanent residents of this campground, and they just set up shop. It's private property, but they seem to be all right with us filming. We're not in here like a freaking sound crew. And I'm trying to be respectful of not putting anybody's face on camera, as I do. Thank you for that like button. So you're in the hot seat here, Grace. You're the only blue. You're only team blue in here. Did you so if you weren't in here 2 days ago, Grace, I created some commands for you guys, for the moderators specifically. I don't think the users can use them. Just so you're familiar with them, they are, it's command safe, command rules, command warning, and then, oh yeah, command Mr. Timeout. Cosmo! What's up? What's up, Cosmo? We're in the tent right now. I'm gonna roll in a cigarette, and then we're gonna step out of the tent. We're at a campground. We're gonna do some walking. Yeah, that's what all this weirdness is. Tent. And it's a campground resort, so there's a lot of people around us. I teach my son that words are not bad. Some people don't like certain words. So, for those people who don't like certain words, just not say the words that they've asked you not to say around them. I feel like it's no different than when you misgender somebody because they identify as something different. Like, just because you look like a man, I'm gonna say sir. But if you say, hey, I'm a lady, I will try to remember that. But if you look like a man, I'm gonna have trouble with it. So I apologize in advance if you ever meet me. You know what I mean? Some people don't like certain words. Some people don't like to be called bro. That's me. I don't like it when my son calls me bro. I'm like, I'm not your bro. I don't mind if you call me dude, but don't call me bro. But I don't care if he says in the F word or shit or, you know, he doesn't see those words as bad words. He sees them as a way to emphasize another word. Right. But if you're being a dickhead, it's appropriate, right? That would be the word. That would appropriately. Oh, the Grace is going. Bye, Grace. We love you. We love you. But yeah, we want to teach my kiddo that some people just don't like certain words, and you shouldn't teach kids certain words that their parents might not like. And while you're allowed to say it at our house, you're probably not going to be allowed to say it over there, or they would prefer you didn't say it. And I think he's really responsible about it, to be honest. He's really responsible about it. He's very in tune. He understands certain words that, you know, other people don't like. He's a very smart child. Very smart child. All right. We're going to step up out of this tent now. So flip you guys around to the back here. And let's see. Hold on. Okay. All right, Joe. Oh, yeah. There she is. There's that pretty girl. Wink, wink. Yeah.